What's up, beautiful people? I am in the building. How y'all doing tonight? I hope you guys can see me and well, see the what do you call this thing? What is it called? Avatar. Um, put a one in the chat if you can hear me, guys. Please put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Let me try to see if I can hear it myself. Hold on. I don't see comments. That's why I'm like, I don't know what I be doing wrong or what's the situation. Let me see. Okay, I see him now. What's up? What's up with y'all? All right, can y'all hear me clearly? We're gonna have a little discussion tonight about the a few things. A few things. I have some time tonight on my hands, so I decided, you know what? Let me just go ahead and go live. Let me just go ahead and go live, and we can get into some things. And it's no rush. So if y'all with me, what's up? How y'all doing? Thank you so much for coming through. This is your girl, Blue Nola. I'm in the building. 40 people in the chat. Can you make sure that you like this video? Let me make sure y'all liking this video. I don't know what's wrong with the like button. Y'all act like y'all be scared to hit that button. Make sure you're hitting the like button, guys. We're going to talk about a few topics. As you can see in the thumbnail, well, in the title, we're going to talk about Nicki Minaj and Big Latto, that whole saga. I have a lot to say about that. And I'm not gonna just be biased. I'm gonna be very fair in my assessment of the situation. I'm gonna drop the link if anybody wants to come through and chat about it. And we're gonna talk about Cory Hardrict. I think we should start with that first because that's where we ended last live session. I did drop something on my actual Instagram, which is Blue Nola Tarot as well. So if you want to follow me there, I did drop something on Blue Nola Tarot about it, but it's only fair that I come to YouTube and talk about it as well. Doesn't that make sense, right? So I think we should start off with the Cory Hardrict story first, since that's what we left off with on the last podcast session. And then we'll segue into Big Latto and Nicki Minaj. And I'll give you my assessment or my intuitive feelings, and we could pull a few cards on that situation if y'all want to, okay? Are y'all in agreement with that? Let me know. But I want to start with Cory first because that's where we left off on the last podcast situation. Okay. No, it's this situation, babe. It's a situation. Do y'all hear my heater in the background? I have like a little space heater in my office. Let me know if you can hear it. I can turn it off. Okay. Because I want to make sure that you're hearing me clearly. Okay. All right. Put a blue heart emoji in the chat. I like all those little blue hearts. Don't put too many of them. Put about 2, 3, 4, 5 and in the chat, let me know that you're here and that you're supporting the channel. Again, this is your girl, Blue Nola. If you are new to this channel, please make sure you subscribe. We need about 30 people, right, to make our next goal. So if you're new to the channel, put a one in the chat if you're new to the channel, and make sure you subscribe. Okay, so let me start off with this little bit of tea first. Okay, let me start off with this first. Tomorrow, I am offering a very, 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 very special sale for my clients. Okay. But if you're on this live stream or if you hear this live stream, this will be extended to you as well. So if you happen to be on this live stream, you will be able to participate in this. The price will be $35. I only have a few dates left for October before the prices change. So if you're hearing this now, I will open this up at 10 a.m. I was only going to offer it to the clients that I have listed, right? My client group. But if you want to participate in this particular sale, and I'm kind of thinking of this like the final sale, the Halloween sale, the October sale, this is it, guys. The prices are changing. So if you want to take advantage of this amazing price, and I thought about this. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just go out with the last few dates strong. So make sure you check out BlueNolaTarot.com. Let me put it in the link here. So it's BlueNolaTarot.com. And again, I was going to only offer it to the clients, but since I came live, I'm going to offer it to anybody that listens to this chat. You can take advantage of it as well. That is the actual link there. You'll see it. Let me go ahead and link it up top. So it is BlueNolaTarot.com. The price will be $35 for 2 questions. All right. It's not opening until 10 a.m. All right. 10 a.m. So you can do it two ways. You can do a video or you can do a phone reading. And it's only going to be 20 minutes, but it's enough time to get your 2 quick questions in for 30. This is the lowest, okay? But I'm going to close October out strong. I'm going to close, and this is considered an appreciation sale. I am closing all of the sales out. The new prices will start in November. The first price point will be at $100. That's the difference. That is a major difference, right? So tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m., the new prices will go into effect, and I'll only have so many spots. It's not like 100 spots left. It is probably more like 40 spots, and they fill up quickly because people are already booking, right? So I'm sending this out tomorrow. So if you happen to be on this live stream, you can participate in it as well. All right? So $35, 2 questions, 20 minutes, starting tomorrow at 10 a.m. Make sure you get your spot. And again, you can do it by phone. I'll call you at your designated time. Or if you want a video, I will record it for you. And it's like getting your own personal YouTube video. It's just private, okay? But again, it is a customer appreciation sale. Take advantage of it. I just had a client the other day, and I think I talked about this on Instagram, where she just emailed me and said, she and her husband were having a tough time getting pregnant and, holding on to the pregnancies. And she just emailed me and said, you read for me in July and we're pregnant. We're pregnant and we're having a little girl. So take advantage of this sale. It starts tomorrow at 10 a.m. It is a customer appreciation sale for all of my clients who have been rocking and rolling with me. We're going out strong. We're ending October strong. So make sure that you are subscribing to this channel because I do offer a lot of stuff for my clients. Make sure that you are clicking on BlueNolaTarot.com. And again, tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m., a $35 sale is going out. And once that sale is done, the prices are changing. You'll see the prices change on the website. I've already got everything ready to change it over. Okay? So that's the first thing I'm going to start with. So let's go ahead and get into any questions about that before. You're welcome. You're welcome. Monet, you read with me pretty much every month. Once a month, I believe, right? So I enjoy talking to you. I enjoy talking to everyone that's on the channel, but it is a special offer. It's for my clients. But if you happen to be on this live, you can also take advantage of it too. I'm telling you, it's only about 40 spots. And I wish I can open up more spots, but I'm already pretty booked. And so we're going to go out strong for the month of October. And I just want to say I appreciate all of my clients who book with me. I appreciate you trusting me. I appreciate, the conversations, the readings that we have. I appreciate you so much because let me tell you, you can go anywhere. And the price points are affordable, but it's not even just about that. It's about, sometimes people need people to talk to. Sometimes people need support, and you don't always have that in your life. And so me helping you also helps me too, right? Because there are times I do struggle, especially with my mom's passing still. So me talking to my clients also keeps me motivated and keeps me going. So thank you so much again. I appreciate you. It's going to open for 10 a.m. and it's $35, 2 questions for 20 minutes. And I might throw in an extra if we have enough time. But again, this is just an appreciation price point for my clients. And if you happen to be on this live and you're listening to this, you're more than welcome to participate. So that's the first thing I want to start with. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. I'm from the casino environment, and so I'm always thinking about ways to, I'm always, Nicki Minaj need a spot. Oh my God. I'm always looking for ways to to create an incentive for my clients. So this is probably why you're like, this lady's always running some type of promotion. But I come from an environment where we're always giving our clients something back, right? Hey, Brittany. And so I think that's probably what it is. So welcome to all the tarot readers that are out there. Thank you for coming through. Make sure you drop your channel name. I see Bees Tarot. Also, I thought I saw Halos and Horns Tarot. if you're a tarot reader, drop your channel name in the chat so they can support you as well. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this content, this particular. Hey, Jerry Jameson, how you doing, girl? I see a lot of my clients here. Drop your for all the readers, drop your actual channel in the chat. Okay, so let me see how many people we have subscribed because I put it on subscribers mode. Hold on, let me see. Because we're about to get started now. This is a little bit. We need, how many more people we need to get to our next goal? Let me tell y'all. Hold on. Let me tell y'all how many people we need. And we're going to start with the Cory Hardrict story, okay? Now, what I'm about to talk about, you guys have probably been hearing it on YouTube, but I'm going to give you my opinion about it. I did speak about it on Instagram. And I'll tell you whether or not I believe some of it's true or not. I need 28 people to subscribe. So if you're new here, make sure I need 28 people to subscribe, okay? All right. All right, so we're going to start with the Cory Hardrict story. So as you know, I had done a reading on Cory Hardrict, okay? And in that reading, I talked about the fact that in the very beginning when I started the reading, I think it was more of my opinion, my intuitive feelings, where I said that I felt that there was a femininity to him, right? That was my intuitive feelings about him as a person, okay? As we started to get into the reading, I started seeing some information. I started seeing some messages about, I think the question was, has he ever cheated in his marriage? And I said, yes. Okay. Hey, Krista, what's up? What's up, fake? Recognize fake? And I said, yes, right? And of course, Cory came out and he denied these allegations, but I don't believe it. And you guys, I'm not going to go back and forth. I stand on what I said, right? And we kind of talked about this a couple of times already, so I'm not going to keep beating a dead horse. So Storm Monroe, hey, Conscious Moon, Storm Monroe, he had an exclusive interview with a woman who grew up with Cory Hardrict. So let me stay by saying this. I believe she knows Cory. Her energy was very genuine. Her energy felt like she knew Cory. So if anybody watched that interview that she had done on a couple of other platforms or channels, please put a 1 in the chat. I definitely felt like she knew Cory. I didn't feel like she was just some crazy person making anything up, okay? So she starts the interview off with, so she was supposed to interview with Storm Monroe. Well, that quickly went to hell in a handbasket because she ended up going on to another content creator's channel to discuss knowing Cory, okay? And then that, of course, turned into a complete shit show. It just went from there. I think it went from bad to worse. So needless to say, Storm Monroe never put his actual interview out. And I almost think it was like the universe, because I think Cory was waiting on Storm to do it. He was going to get Storm, just like they get Tasha. So in a lot of ways, I think by all of this happening to Storm, it almost protected him. Because I feel like Cory was willing to get him. Like the other content creators are not as big as Storm, don't have as much of an influence as Storm. So I believe, like for me, the fact that the interview kept getting, the interview went through so many struggles, it was almost like a sign to just say, just let it alone. And he eventually did, right? So Storm was supposed to interview this lady. She did an interview with Storm. He kept trying to upload it to YouTube. He wasn't getting approval on it. He decided to bring it to another channel. And he had people pay for it, which I didn't mind. It was only $5.99. Shit, I've spent that in 5 seconds. But this particular person decided to go to another platform and discuss Cory Hardrict. So let's go ahead and get into the notes around just what I heard and what my feelings around it. So I'll start by saying I definitely feel like she knew Cory. I feel like she knows Cory Hardrict, period, right? Now, this is a person who her family lived in the area. One of her best friends actually lived across the street from Cory. She felt genuine in that part. So I'll start by saying I definitely feel intuitively that she knew Cory, period. Okay. So to make a long story short, and I'm finding my notes because I had written a lot of notes down. Um, this woman, she has a YouTube channel. She's very interesting, to say the least. Very interesting. She has a YouTube channel. She has a TikTok already. And I'm gonna be honest with you. When I did look at her channel, she's not like a content channel where she's talking about celebrities all the time. She's a channel where she's talking about political stuff. So I will say that too. She's not just sitting here talking about Cory Hardrict all day. Okay. But she's saying when she was about 14 years old, Cory Hardrict moved into her neighborhood, the neighborhood where she lived with her dad, the neighborhood where some of her best friends lived. He moved into that neighborhood. At the time, she's saying he was about 19 to 20 years old. And when he moved to the neighborhood, he instantly began to befriend a lot of the younger men in the younger guys in the neighborhood. Now, these kids, from what she's alleging, and I'm going to use allege a lot, she's alleging that these kids were between the ages of 12 and 16 years old. To make a long story short, if I had to sum it up, this is what she was basically saying about Cory. And this is just my opinion, my intuitive feelings, and you can dispute it or not. But she was basically saying that Cory would out of his way to befriend younger males. That Cory was pretty much an opportunistic person, that he had a weird or strange relationship with the younger guys in the neighborhood. And basically, she would, in so many words, was calling him a predator and gay. Okay, that's what I took from it. If anybody else took that same from it, put a 1 in the chat. And if you didn't take that, put a 2 in the chat. That's what she was saying in there in so many words. She was alluding to that. She was kind of insinuating that Cory was having a strange, a weird relationship with some of the younger males in the neighborhood, especially in particular, one boy that she was interested in. Okay. This boy was 16 years old and she was interested in this particular boy. She had a crush on him. She thought he was cute. And Cory came into the neighborhood and started to befriend him. So the way she starts it out, she says that Cory came to the neighborhood and he was living with, I guess, a couple of roommates. Okay. And something happened with the roommates where their agreement fell apart. And so Cory, at 20 years old, allegedly befriended this 16-year-old boy. And Cory started to live with this 16-year-old boy and his family. And she is alleging that Cory was actually sharing a room at the time with this 16-year-old boy. She's also alleging that Cory, the boy started to change. The boy who she knew started to not become the boy that he was. He started to become, I guess you would call it, she used the word metrosexual. So she started to recognize a femininity about the boy once he started to hang with Cory. Okay. This is what she's alleging. And so again, Cory comes into the neighborhood. Nobody really likes his energy. He starts to kind of hang with the younger guys in the neighborhood. And she said there were moments where he would come up because they were trying to, they were trying to get at her. Well, what do you mean he was weird? And the example she was trying to give is, for example, a group of kids are hanging together. And what she's alleging that Cory would do is try to pull the boys away from the group, right? Not to play basketball, not to play a game, but to pull them to almost separate them in a way. She pretty much said it was 4 boys all together, but there was one boy in particular that he was living with. And out of all 4 of those boys, they're on drugs, one is actually dead, and somebody's in jail. This is what she's talking about. Okay. So to make a long story short, from what I gather from the situation, she pretty much was saying that Cory is a weirdo, that he was forming strange relationships with younger boys, that there were never any girls around him at the age of 20, that the first time she ever saw him with a girl was when Tia came into the picture. All right. So are you with me so far? This is what she's alleging in the situation. So grown men engaging younger boys, that he would be pulling away when they were outside playing. He was occupying those boys' time. A lot of people in the neighborhood did not like him. She couldn't confirm that there was a sexual relationship, but everybody was talking about it, so to speak, or had their concerns about it. So this is what she's trying to say. She could never confirm, and she would even kind of challenge at times that she was saying what she was saying, but she was pretty much saying that he was having concerning relationships with underage boys. Okay, that's what she was trying to say. So as I was watching the comment section, I was like looking at what people were feeling about the situation, and some people were feeling like, I don't believe what she's saying. And other people were like, why is she so invested? That was the other thing. She was so angry. And I don't know if it was the angry is the right word, but she was so passionate. That's the better word. She was so passionate about what she was saying. It was almost like she was offended, but I kept taking from the offended part was that the boy that she liked, that she had a crush on, that she was trying to connect with, that boy started to act differently once Cory came into the deal. So that's where a part of her problem was. But the other part of her problem is that I guess she's from that sector of women that have a real issue with men being lazy and being opportunistic, because she had a real issue with the fact that she felt that he was really lazy. She also was saying that Cory is not who we think he is, because she was trying to say the things that Cory told them about him when they were younger. As his celebrity started to rise, he started telling different stories. So I'll give an example. He said that that he didn't have family. Hence the reason why he was living with a younger boy, because he didn't have family. So once his roommate situation fell apart, he told the people that he was living with, the 16-year-old boy and his family allegedly, that he had to stay with them, or that he didn't have anywhere to go. I guess you would say it better. And so when they asked him where his family was, he said he didn't have family and that somebody had passed. But as his celebrity started to grow, she started saying to herself, well, he's talking about he wants to thank his family, but he was making it seem like he didn't have family. So she was trying to say he was using these people to stay there. That's what she was trying to say. So she had a real issue for some reason with Cory being lazy, with Cory being opportunistic, et cetera, et cetera. So here's the part where she talks about Missy Elliott, right? Because there was a Missy Elliott element there. And I'm like, Missy Elliott? So what she's saying is that Cory was working on some type of job as an actor, and he allegedly met Missy Elliott. And Missy Elliott allegedly had a crush on Cory. And Missy Elliott allegedly called Cory, text Cory and said, or sent him a message saying she liked him and she wanted to have sex with him and she was willing to pay him. Allegedly, Cory showed this message to the younger boys in the neighborhood, which she felt was also inappropriate. So she kept on trying to build this story of, okay, he's hanging around young boys, inappropriate. He's staying with a young boy, inappropriate. He's staying in the same room with a young boy, inappropriate. He had some explicit, information about a woman, and he was sharing it with the younger kids in the neighborhood, inappropriate. So she kept kind of putting this spin on it to say that the one that he was inappropriate, okay? So that's what she was trying to say. So that was the Missy Elliott piece. She also talked about Tia, and this is where she kind of had an issue with Tia. She said when Tia came into the deal, Tia started dating Cory while he was living with the allegedly the 16-year-old boy, and that Tia was pretty much going over there and hanging out when the boy's mother was home. So she was basically trying to say that Tia was condoning the fact that Cory was living with this young guy. This is what she's trying to say. So this is the part where she was bringing Tia in, on top of the fact that she was very invested in the fact that Tia was dating Cory. She kept trying to say Cory and Tia's story, the story that they told us, doesn't add up. But when I say this, let me just say this to you. The only part of everything she said that was concerning to me was the part about the hanging with the younger kids. Everything else was a bunch of bullshit to me. Because Tia and his story, whether they met at the club, whether they met at the bus stop, whether they met at the store, I don't give a rat's ass about the story. Him telling his story about his upbringing, his background, varying, I don't care about that. You know how many people will tell you how they grew up and it's completely different from what they actually did grow up. That to me I didn't care about that. So how he met Tia, I didn't care. His background of how he grew up, I really didn't care. But I think it was important to her from what she was trying to convey was because he had told them one thing and then he said one thing to them and then he was saying something else publicly. All right. That's her story. She was very, very invested in this and she was standing on it. She went toe to toe with content creators. She was arguing back and forth with them. She was coming on their platform. She was not having it. And she even challenged Cory to speak up. She even challenged him to challenge her. She was like, I will speak to him. He knows exactly who I am. He knows exactly what I'm saying. And I will challenge him. I will challenge him. So that is what she is alleging in this whole thing. So the takeaway from me was she was a young girl who saw an older boy come into the neighborhood and start befriending the younger boys in the neighborhood, and it felt weird to her, if that makes sense. All right? So that's what she's trying to say. That's all she's trying to say in a nutshell, is that he came in with a certain energy. We're spiritual. So we're big about energy, right? Even when you look at his pictures, like somebody just put in the comment section, even when you look at his pictures, there's something with his energy too. Because somebody said, I think somebody said not to be judgmental, but the person's eyes tells a lot. His soul looks dark to me. There's something with his energy. So I think that's what she's trying to convey, because even when I was finding thumbnails for him, I'm like, oh, he got weird energy. Like I was actually saying that myself, like, I don't know. Oh, this kind of, he giving me like the creeps a little bit. I was even saying that myself. I'm not gonna lie. I was even saying that myself. Like, it's almost like marrying a man and you don't know him. It's almost like marrying a man and you really don't know his personality, who he really is, what his energy really is. That's what it is like to me. That's just my personal opinion. Because when I was looking at his pictures, if you go look at some of his pictures, look at his pictures and look at his energy and look at his eyes. He has a weirdness to him. That's just my opinion. Okay. So I can understand what she was trying to say. Okay. So to sum it all up, she just felt like this man came into the neighborhood. He changed the dynamic of the neighborhood. The boy that she had a crush on, that boy began to change. And the other boys who were connected to Cory also began to change. And those people started to live a life that they pretty much had decent lifestyle. So once they started linking up with Cory, they started to kind of, make bad choices. That's what she's trying to say. She even went so far as to get another lady, the one who lived directly across the street from Cory. She even went so far as to get her to get on the phone to contest to what she was saying. All right. So she was dead serious. If I had to say, was she standing 10 toes down? She was dead goddamn serious. Okay. She was ready to fight for it. She was standing 10 toes down on it. She was going to challenge anybody who had a problem. She was willing to talk to Cory. She was like, call up, pull up, do what you got to do. She was arguing with the people in the damn chat. Like, this lady was not having it. She was dead damn serious. Okay. So if I had to say, do I believe some elements of what she's saying? I would have to say there's some truth in what she's saying. I do feel there's some truth in what she's saying. Now, I do also feel like some of the stuff she was talking about could have been secondhand information. You know how children in the neighborhood talk? So some of it felt like it was personal, like she was up close and personal to it. And some of it felt like it was something that she was either told or she heard or other people discussed it. But just think about being little in your neighborhood. And this man named Mr. Charlie moves in the neighborhood. And he has a weirdness about him. And he makes you uncomfortable. And the children start talking. That's basically all she's saying, guys. That's all she's basically saying. And she couldn't understand why a 20-year-old man is living with a 16-year-old boy and his family. She couldn't wrap her head around it. She couldn't have wrapped her head around it. So even though she couldn't attest to there was something happening between them from a romantic or sexual or inappropriate standpoint, the fact that he was 20 years old in that environment, connecting with those alleged children like that, it was a problem for her. So if I had to say, did I believe her? She was standing 10 toes down. And I know they were trying to say, well, this seemed like a Jaguar situation, because Jaguar Wright was talking a lot about the celebrities. But she seemed to, if I had to put $1,000 on it, I promise you, it made me feel like this lady really knew him. Like she knew him, where he could say, yeah, I know her. I know her. She don't know me, but I can see him saying, I know her, right? So that is the gist of what was discussed. And I wasn't going to do a reading on it and fully bring it to YouTube in that way because it's tricky and it's dicey. Gwendolyn says she thinks she's still clout chasing. Listen, she's admitted herself that she has been around celebrities. She has a channel. So I don't doubt that to some degree she's telling the story and she likes the attention of it all, right? But you have to admit she was damn passionate about it to where she was going 10 toes down, arguing about it, ready to go toe to toe. She was not having it. All right. So, but why wait now? A lot of people do that, Gwendolyn. I mean, we could ask that question to a lot of people. I mean, there are a lot of people who they actually go through traumatic situations and they wait, right? And I could sit down and tell you a story about, somebody that I encountered. I was just telling my sister about a situation that happened to me where I was damn near raped one time and she never heard it before. I mean, why didn't I share that with her before? I don't know. Like, I just never shared it before, right? Where I met this guy during jury duty. He and I were kind of connecting during jury duty. After jury duty, he and I exchanged phone numbers. We went on a date. He was the court crier. We went on a date. This man was fine. He was tall. He was handsome. We went on a date. We had a decent time. I didn't really feel he was my type once it was all said and done. But we went on a date. And then next thing you know, when we came back to my apartment, this fool started trying to pull, throw me down and pull my jeans off. So, of course, I took karate. I took, my dad made me take self-defense classes. I was whipping his ass the whole time. But that's a story that I never shared with my sister until 6 months ago. So I don't know. Maybe people just didn't. I don't know. Like I don't know. Okay. So I just don't know. All right. But people do that. Okay. She also talked about another guy who Cory has, I guess, a gag order on or something. Is not one of the 4 guys that she was speaking of specifically that lives changed. But she also spoke about some other guy who's a part of that neighborhood that saw Cory in a club. He and Cory had some words, and this guy and Cory, I guess things escalated, and Cory has a gag order or a restraining order on this guy. So when she initially was talking about when Storm said he was going to interview a neighbor, I think Cory assumed the neighbor was going to be that guy. So that's why he was saying lawsuit. But it wasn't that guy. It was someone else, right? Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It happened to me. It was, I was able to defend myself. I was fighting like hell. But I'm saying, like, how long did it take for me to share that story with my sister? I just happened to think about it one day, and it is just something I discussed. So I can't tell you why she decided to do it. But I can tell you this, she was damn dead serious about it. I can tell you that. All right, so to sum it up, Cory was 20, moved in a neighborhood, had weird energy, started to befriend the boys in the neighborhood, never saw any girls around him, started living with an underage guy in his family. And then he goes from living with the roommates to the 16-year-old to Tia. So basically, she kept saying that he was an opportunist. She was very adamant. She also said Cory knows who she is. She isn't a neighbor he thought it was. She said she will not threaten her. I'm telling you, she was dead damn serious. She was damn serious. Jocelyn saw it too. She was dead serious, like she was 10 toes down for it. Okay. So that is the thing that she spoke about Cory. Of course, Cory has blocked everybody that tried to reach out to him about the story. He blocked everybody. I'm surprised I'm not blocked since I did a reading. but if he blocked me, I wouldn't care. Like, I don't give a damn. And this is all alleged, and this is all for entertainment purposes only. And like I said, the only part that was concerning to me was the part about the guys, right? A grown man hanging out with younger guys. So that was the only part that was concerning to me. All right. Again, she couldn't confirm or deny. She couldn't confirm if there was an actual relationship that took place. But she pretty much alluded to it. All right. That's what she pretty much alluded to. And I think that's pretty much what I have, and that's pretty much the gist of it. But if I had to say, was she serious about it? She was dead damn serious. She was serious as a heart attack, to where she was ready to. She even kind of said that the reason why she didn't go to that she went to another content creator instead of waiting for Storm, because she didn't like the fact that Storm was charging for the event. But then she said she did understand that he was trying to protect himself. I'm gonna be honest. I think Cory was waiting on Storm to put that information out. He was gonna sue him. He was gonna sue him. He was gonna file some type of suit on him. So that is the information about Cory. I put the link in the chat in case anybody wants to click the link and come up and come through. Wow, that was sad for both Tia and Tamara. What happened? All right, well, let me see. I did put the link in, so if anybody wants to come in. So let's just take a survey for the people who saw it and the people that just heard what I said. Give me a 1 if you believe her, and give me a 2 if you don't believe her. Give me a 3 if you're on the fence. 1 that you believe her, 2 that you don't believe her, and 3 if you're just like, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't even know what to say. So give me your vote. All right. So anybody? One, if you believed what she was saying. Two, if you don't believe her. And three, if you're just completely on the fence. People on the fence. So y'all are more on the fence than y'all are not believing her. Brittany Harvey says two. So they have a lot of people who either believe her or on the fence. That's interesting. Mm. Okay, Brittany, you're the only two there. Anybody else? A one if you believe her, a two if you believe she's lying, and a three if you're just completely on the fence. You don't know what the hell to believe. A lot of people just kind of like on the fence. That's crazy. And that says a lot. So even though if you're on the fence, that still means that it's a 50-50 that she's telling the truth and she's not. So it's still like for you to be on the fence, that means you're in the air. Jerry Jameson said no. Jerry Jameson said no. So a lot of people are just kind of on the fence. So there's a couple of people who totally believe her, a couple of people who just say she's a liar, and then most of y'all are saying, I just don't know what to believe. Wow. Tay Buck said, I believe it's some truth to it. I do too. So I'm gonna say, I am going to say there's some truth to something. There's some truth to it, right? There's some, I believe she may have felt that there is a weird connection, that he was too old to be hanging with those kids, that he shouldn't have been in the area living with nobody in the neighborhood. I believe there's some truth to it too. I think the story is odd and the timing is the timing is off. I think the story also was odd because she had so much passion and so much, it felt like she had so much anger about it. And it was like it was misplaced anger. It just felt like, why are you so mad? Like, why are you so mad? Like it was just like, what is that about? Right? She was like she was completely upset. So a lot of people kind of was taken aback by that. And you know what, Brittany, it made me feel like she was inserting herself into something that was none of her business. And I think that was the main thing too. Like it's almost like me just getting on here and being so upset about Tia and Cory. And you're like, you're just doing a reading, like calm down. You know? Like, it just felt like her anger was misplaced anger. It's almost like she was getting upset about the things that it just felt like, why, like she was saying, because he said that his family was dead and his family wasn't dead. He said he met Tia at on the set. He did not. He met her at the bus stop. She was so angry about basic stuff. So that's what made it feel crazy. Like it was like, is she serious? Like she was literally completely upset. It was almost like she was upset about the fact that he was not telling the story he told her or the children wasn't the same story that he was telling when he became a celebrity. But it was like she was literally upset. And just like Gwendolyn Collins just said, as if she never got over that guy. That guy that she liked, baby, he must have been fine and cute and everything. Because she was burnt up about the fact that he came and interfered with that situation. Okay. She was burnt up. She was burnt up, but she was like completely upset. She was completely upset with some facts that just didn't make sense. That she was angry about stuff that just didn't make sense. It was weird to me because it was like, you know, oh, you know, for example, Blue Nola told me that she went to Xavier University and then she got on, well, she became a celebrity and said she went to Southern University. She said she went to Southern. She said she went to Xavier. Why did she say she went to Xavier? Oh my God. She said she went to Xavier. And then when she became a celebrity, she said she went to Southern. Make it make sense. It was like, okay. Like, it's okay, sweetie. It's okay. So it was like she was passionate about things that just she was overly passionate about things like that. But I think it's more of the fact that she feels he has no integrity. So if I had to sum it up, it's almost like a person who was saying, you have no integrity, you are a liar, you cannot be trusted. The things that you said when we were younger is not the same things you're saying now. Who are you? We don't know you. We shouldn't be believing you. Tia probably don't even know you. We never seen you with no girls. You were always hanging around young boys. So I think that's what she's trying to basically say, that this man has no integrity. Just to sum it up. All right. But she was literally upset about facts like that. Like she was literally highly pissed about facts like that. Right. Like I mean, her husband must be like the best, like, provider, because she was even upset about Cory being like lazy. He's so lazy. Oh my God, lazy, lazy. Oh, like she was so upset about him being lazy, guys. It was like, I was like, okay, there's a lot of lazy black men, you know. But she was like highly pissed that he was lazy and shiftless. Like she was like, and that Tia had met him off the bus stop. The bus stop. She met him off the bus stop. Who meets anyone off the bus stop? It's ridiculous. So she was just very, very enthusiastic, very enthusiastic around specifics. But guys, that may just be her personality. It may just be her personality, right? She may be very passionate when she speaks. Very passionate. Yeah, she was like, the bus stop. She met him at the bus stop. The bus stop. He's a lazy bum. The bus stop. Who meets anyone at the bus stop? Baby, she was highly pissed with the fact that he was at the bus stop meeting the woman. Okay? Super passionate, y'all. That shit was funny. Okay? So at the end of the day, if I had to give a rating of a one, two, or three, I'm going to say there's an air of truth to what she's saying in some of her story. Okay. I don't believe that she's just totally lying. I don't believe she's just totally fabricated this whole thing out of the thin sky. Yeah, it was a black lady, and she has a YouTube channel. And let me tell you her name. Let me get her name. But yeah, it was pretty. She was pretty passionate. Kiki Green, Kiki Kiki Green. All right. So she has a YouTube channel, but she's super passionate. She is black. She's attractive. She seems, and she talked a lot about her background and who she was. But yeah, she definitely was super passionate. I don't know what lady y'all talking about, but this is hilarious. I'm trying to tell you, she was just, imagine, like she was just super passionate. She was just super passionate about him being an opportunist, a user, a liar with no integrity, came into the area, messed with that boy, and she was done. She was over it, right? Let me see what y'all say. I don't know who y'all talking about, but this is hilarious. I think she definitely added some extra juice to the cup though. Yes. Oh boy, but for real though, Tia was a star by then. Why would she meet someone at the bus stop? Period. She was upset about that bus stop. She said they lied about how they met. Yeah, she was real. She was real upset about that. That's not how they met. That's not how they met. Where are you getting that story from? That's not how it happened. I'm like, well, damn. Okay. So the lady's super hype. She's super passionate. But if I had to say, is there an element of that this for her is true? I don't feel like this lady just made it up out the clear blue sky. Okay. So the thing on her. So Anybody have any questions before we go on to the Nicki Minaj and Big Latto situation, y'all? Yeah, it was pretty hilarious. It was pretty hilarious, but definitely the only thing out of that whole thing that I was even remotely concerned about is that she said that he was, had a strange friendship with boys that were underage. Other than that, the rest of that was, her personal feelings around a man that she considered king of the dusties. She considered him the dustiest man she ever met in her life. And that was pretty much her problem. Okay. All right. So, yeah. I mean, she was like, I'm going to be honest with you, Brittany. It was almost like that guy that she liked because he came in and kind of inserted himself into that. She's holding on to that. She's been holding on to that. Okay. So that is really the real issue for her. She's saying all this other stuff, but this boy that she clearly liked, who eventually started to shift away from her because Cory came in the deal allegedly, I think that's her real issue, right? That he came in and he must have. She kept saying the boy was cute. He was fine. He was attractive. She really must have liked this guy or something. I mean, I've had several crushes on guys in the neighborhood, but it wasn't ever to that extent. Okay. All right. So that is the end of that. You can check out her interview on the one that was the most extensive was she started off with a guy named Wiley, and then she ended up with a guy named Sean Davies Way. So y'all can check them out on both channels if you want to. So just check it out. But that's pretty much what happened with that. So we won't be doing any readings on this topic. Cory stole a man. pretty much. Cory stole a man, and she's been bitter about it ever since. And she's willing to go toe to toe with him. She's willing to battle him. She's willing to expose him. She's willing to, she literally said, I will remain on this call, and he could call he could call in because baby, when I finish with him, he ain't gonna know what to do. She was dead damn serious. All right. So that is the end of my my take on that particular situation. That's the best I could tell you. All right. So again, don't forget, starting at 10 a.m., we're going to be doing a $35 sale at BlueNolaTarot.com. For the people that are just coming in, I only have 40 spots left. So make sure you take advantage of it. BlueNolaTarot.com. All right, starting at 10 a.m. All right. So are y'all ready to go to the next topic? Yeah, it was pretty interesting. All right. But it does, like it does just, like it did paint, it did, I could see why Cory would want to stop the interview. I could see why Cory would have concerns because that can definitely paint him in a bad light. It could taint his image. It can affect his career. What if this is not actually true? Then, so I can understand why Cory would want to stop this interview, right? Especially with the fact that she never had any real proof or saw anything that other than him hanging around children, the underage people, she never really had any real proof of it. So, but she kept alluding to it. So I can understand why Cory would be upset or he would want to sue or he would sue for defamation because unless she could back up those claims and say that she actually saw something at this point, it's just her intuitive feelings around the situation rather than her having something that's tangible, right? So I can see. So this is alleged. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is based in facts at this point. I'm just speaking on the information that I heard. So that's it. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the situation with Big Latto and Nicki Minaj. I can start off with my feelings around it, or y'all can start off by dropping your comments in the section. Let's do this in reverse. Drop your feelings into the comment section and then I'll start speaking on it. What did y'all think about it? I want to get a consensus. Did you think, okay, give me a 1 if you think Nicki Minaj was wrong. Give me a 2 if you feel like, let me see. Put in the comment section, Nicki was right, Nicki was wrong. Latto was right, Latto was wrong. They're both wrong. So Nicki was right, or Latto was right, or they're both wrong. Just whatever you want to put it in there. Still with the passionate 14-year-old mindset. Okay, let's see. So tell me if you think Nicki was right or Nicki was wrong, Latto was right, Latto was wrong, or both wrong. Let me see what y'all's vote is. So Nicki was right, Nicki was wrong. Okay, Latto was right, Latto was wrong, or they're both wrong. Okay, let me see what y'all saying. Both wrong. Don't know what's going on. I think Nicki was out of line and I love Nicki. Nicki was wrong. Nicki was wrong. Okay. Anybody else? Come on, guys, before I start talking, because I'm going to give you my feelings around it. Nicki was right. Okay, Danielle, thank you. Okay, anybody else? Was both of them wrong? Okay, Nicki's a mess, too old. All right, remember I'm in my 40s, so don't start that too old stuff, baby. We mean you're going to fall out, Gwendolyn. We're going to fall out. Nicki was right as far as the Grammys, but the way she handled the Latto situation, I believe it was juvenile. Okay, Beast Tarot. Yep. What happened? We're talking about Big Latto and Nicki Minaj, the whole situation that broke out online. Nicki was wrong. It's karma for Lil' Kim. All right, right. She was right about the Grammys. They both lost me on the situation. Okay, thank you, beautiful Tay. You always have some good input. How about I'm tired of them all fighting? Period, Takesha. I said the same thing. Okay, she was wrong. You 40. You okay? You in your 40s too. Okay, so we good now. We good again. All right. Nicki was wrong. Okay, so this is what I feel the same way. So I think intuitively, this is how this is how I feel. Let me just say this, and then y'all could disagree or not agree. Okay, the Grammys took her out of the rap category and put her in the pop category. So I agree with her when she says, why are you doing that? There's no justification around that, right? I understand what she's saying, because what that does is it puts her in a category with other people. For example, I do celebrity tarot, right? What if I was going up for an award? Then they put me in the category of astrology. Would that be fair? Because people who like astrology will be judging the astrology. So that wouldn't give me a fair advantage as a celebrity content creator, because now I've been placed in astrology, right? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So I understand what she was saying about that part, about you're pulling me out of the rap category and you're putting me into the pop category. Now I have to compete with pop artists, right? And now I don't have a fair chance to win. Okay, so I'm with her on that part. I'm with her on that part. Do you understand her position when she says that? Okay, so she's not getting a fair chance because she's being pulled out of her rap category. So I agree with what she's saying when she says that part. Because if you look at it from that perspective, you can see how, how she's saying it. Now, the part that I feel she was wrong at, if I had to say what she was wrong at, I felt that it was wrong that she spoke on Latto without talking to Latto first. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you felt like you were being unfairly treated, the Grammys is your problem, not Latto. The Grammys is your problem, okay, if you want to be technical. Because the Grammys have been trying to mess over you before Latto even came in the picture, before Cardi came in the picture. You've always had issues with the Grammys or some kind of concerns with the way the award system works when it comes to you. So your issue is with the system, is not with Latto. Do you understand? I mean, I know people be watching these videos. That's why I'm talking like this. So when she had that issue, right? With the fact that she was pulled out the category. She should have said, let me talk to Latto first. Because what she did is she took Latto's moment and made it about something that was related to her. If you wanted to say, hey, Latto, you know, the Grammys are being unfair. You're also a rap artist and you don't want this to happen to you today. So let's team up together so that we can unite so that they will stop doing this to other artists. But what you did is take somebody's moment, right? And now tarnish it with your moment. So if she wanted buy-in from Latto or she wanted to speak on Latto, she should have spoken to Latto first and said, hey, can you give me a call? I know we've had our differences, but here's something that's concerning me, right? Here's something that's concerning me. So you took somebody's moment where they got nominated and you made it about your injustice, which wasn't fair. That's what I feel. That's my opinion. So your issue with the Grammys is one thing, but to use Latto and try to pull her out of her category because you have a problem with the Grammys who's doing something, that's where I feel that she should have thought about what she was doing, right? She said some things, and I love Nicki Minaj. Y'all know how I feel about her, and I get accused sometimes of taking her side. But let me just say this, and let me just be very honest and fair. She said that she actually said that some of the artists don't deserve the award. That the people who have been in a business that work hard, they should get the awards. I don't agree with that. Think about it like this for a second. Think about you go to a company and you start working for a company, right? And you are a new employee, right? You're Latto, you're a new employee. And you go working for a company where they have plenty employees that have been working for the company for 15 and 20 years. Do they get the chance to get everything or be entitled because they've been there? Shouldn't it be about the work that you produce versus how long you've been in it? So I didn't agree with that part where she was saying they didn't deserve it. Because what if a new person comes in and they killing the game? They deserve to get an award. It doesn't matter if they've been in it a year or 2 years or 3 years, they deserve it. So when she was saying that she didn't feel that the new artist deserved it, I don't agree with that. Because it should be about the work that you produce versus the time that you put in, if that makes sense. And again, her position, her issue is with the Grammys, is not with Latto. Her and Latto have something personal going on, female stuff. But if she's going to bring up the Grammys and make that a point, your issue is about the Grammys. It's not about Latto. There's going to be another Latto and another Cardi and another new artist and another new person. So it should have been about the way that they were treating you. So that was just a couple of things that I was saying. I'm not in agreement with what she's saying as far as that part is concerned, right? Where they don't deserve to be nominated because they haven't done the work. If they come in and they killing the game, they got a song that's hot, they got the buy-in of the audience, I mean, that's the thing, right? So I think that's where she went wrong by kind of bringing Latto into it and taking her moment from her, right? And now just imagine I'm at home and now you done took your Grammy situation and made it about that and now said, I deserve to be in pop too because they put you in pop. Like, could you have not spoken to her about that so y'all could maybe be on the same accord and stand with each other in unity? You took her moment from her. That's kind of like, your girlfriend have a birthday today and then, you go and you announce your engagement party on top of it. Like what? like, that's like Tia announcing her divorce on top of Tamira's book release. You took her moment from her. So I think that's the issue. Like that should have been something that was discussed before she went and she aired her grievances, right? So That's just how I see it. I understand her point about the Grammys and being mistreated, but I think that she should have done it in a way where she didn't slight the other person, right? And say that the person wasn't deserving, or that's what I feel, right? Um there was another part in there where she was basically saying, um it just took a nasty turn where she started, they were sliding each other about ageism, and they were sliding each, and she called the person a Karen, and it started just taking an ugly, weird turn. But again, these are people who have personal issues with each other, and now the Grammys just kind of exasperated. It just kind of blew it up, right? But that's just how I was seeing it. I'm like you took somebody's moment. You took somebody's moment, basically. I understand your concern with, the way the Grammys handled you. I understand the work that you're doing. I understand, the fact that you've been on the charts for the last 8 weeks. I think, I understand how important it is to Nicki, but I also feel like she could have done it a different way. I feel like it could have been done a different way, right? That's just what I see. Okay. Now, when it comes to Latto, I think also too the newer artists need to be careful. And I'm gonna say this. Let me say this too, because they get in right, and they start. I love Nicki, and they do this, or this they play to her, right? Because they want her buy-in, they want her audience, the barbs, right? And once they get to a certain point in their career where they're seeing success and they're having success, now they want to start moving differently. And I see that with a lot of girls, not just with Latto, but it's a lot of them. They use Nicki and they use the barbs to build their audience, to build momentum. But also too, Nicki needs to understand these people they're not your friend. They don't have loyalty to you. And so I think when Nicki was saying, telling the barbs, stop letting people use you, that's what she was trying to say. She should have been saying that a long time ago, because a lot of artists will get in and play to Nicki Minaj. And then what they do is, once they get to a certain point in their career and they see some success, now they want to start getting competitive. But you were just using her when you first came. You love Nicki Minaj. She's your idol. You had on a whole chain. I saw a lot of wood, like a looking like a little girl loving Nicki Minaj, right? So I say this to say, stop using Nicki Minaj to get ahead. And then once you get ahead and she expects loyalty from you, then you have a problem with it. But also too, at the same time, Nicki needs to stop thinking they're gonna have loyalty to her because they're using her name and they're using her fan base. That's what I think that she should stop doing. Let these girls get in and get it how they live. Let them get it out the mud like everybody else. Stop, okay, you love me, great, wonderful. Get it out the mud, right? But they attach themselves talking about Nicki all the time, trying to be basically junior Nickies, using the fan base. And then when they get to a certain point, now it's a problem. They're all jealous of each other. It's not just one-sided. They're all jealous of each other. I'm jealous of you for this reason. I'm jealous of you for your success. I'm jealous of you. They all have jealousy towards each other. Everybody's doing it, whether it's the younger artists or the older artists, period. But I think that as artists, as artists come in, they need to get it out the mud. Don't, because Nicki is the it person at this time, don't attach yourself to her brand, her legacy, her barbs. And then when she expects some loyalty to you, then from you, then now that's my nomination. Well, you've been attaching yourself to her. They think Nicki owed them something. And then Nicki thinks they owe her something. She owed them something because you have attached yourself to me and my barbs and used my star power to grow yourself. And so that's what she was saying when she was saying, I feel like you should have stood with me, right? Because you show love to me, and you kind of like pull my audience in. And this is why she was saying, stop telling her barbs to stop, let people use you, right? I love other tarot readers, but I don't want them attaching themselves to me. Get it out the mud. Get it out the mud. Don't attach yourself to Blue Nola. Don't put your titles like mine. Don't put your thumbnails like mine. Get it out the mud like I had to get it out the mud. Because then at the end of the day, you don't have a person that is more established feeling like you used them when it was necessary, right? Just like Nicki was saying, oh, my rapist husband wasn't a problem when you needed a feature. My rapist husband wasn't a problem when you wanted my input. My rapist husband, you're throwing all this in the air, but it wasn't an issue when you needed me. So again, they also have to stop trying to use people and get it out the goddamn mud. So I see all sides of it. You're in the DMs, you're asking for features, you're asking for input. And then the minute you fall out, now it's a problem. Okay? So all I have to say is that if I were Nicki from now on, everybody need to get it out the goddamn mud, period. Don't come using my name. Don't be attaching yourself to my brand. Don't attach to my artist. I don't do no features. Like, get it out the mud. Because then as you can see, everybody that aligns herself, it ends up being a shit show. Right? And I agree, D Prospers is enough room for everybody. I agree. 100%. 100% is enough for everybody, period. Nobody will ever be a Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is who she is. Latto is who she is. Cardi is who she is. They all have distinctive personalities, distinctive ways about them. But again, they all have a certain level of pettiness and cattiness to them that it needs to stop. And so, me personally, if I were Nicki Minaj, I would just focus on doing Nicki Minaj. All right. How do you feel about Latto recording the phone? I think that's very sketchy because I feel like you were feeling a certain way about Nicki turning down feature requests. You were feeling a certain way about Nicki moving a certain way. So you take that phone call for a mad day to come, which means your intentions weren't good. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't sit here and let people attach to you and your brand. Then when they don't get what they want, then, now mad day come. Now you putting out the phone call. I don't trust people like that. They're all social climbers, right? So the newer girls are social climbing on Nicki to get it out the mud, and Nicki attaches herself to the newer girls to stay fresh. So they're all doing it. They're all collaborations are good, guys. There's nothing wrong with people collaborating to regenerate, to renew. Any business that you have, the goal is always to renew and refresh, right? To renew and refresh. So there's nothing wrong with them wanting to work with Nicki to get it out the mud. And there's nothing wrong with Nicki wanting to work with them to keep her career fresh and new. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think it's the way people do it, right? And when you're sitting down recording phone calls, then I have a problem with you. Because now I feel like you on some bullshit. Now you got an agenda. Now you trying to set me up. Now I don't trust you. Right? Now you over here doing Natasha K recording phone calls. So I have a problem with that. I have a real issue with people recording calls. So I just feel like Nicki just, she needs to keep her little group of people that she cool with and let those girls get it out the mud. Get it out the mud. And she don't need them. She doesn't need them, and they need to get it out the mud because there's too much mess and confusion going on. Let's see. Let me see what y'all write. Nicki's petty needs to have a seat and relax. Okay. Yes, but the new girls, let me see what you write. The new girls got a social climb because they are new. Nicki needs to stay relevant. Yep. Okay. Let me put your comment up. Yeah, let's see. Y'all, there is a beef in the 90s. There was beef in the 90s, but I don't think it was to this extent. This is bad. Imagine Queen Latifah arguing on social media about features. Nicki wants to be treated like a queen and act like it. Okay. I don't think Latto was sincere. That is why she recorded it and unleashed it on her. Period. Let's see what you write. Don't think the IG female rappers have discussions about this. Okay. Let me see what you write, Brittany. Latto worked too hard too. She's been rapping since she was a teen. She didn't blow up overnight. Okay. Period. But do it. Gotta be Bad Girls Club. No, it don't need to be. It's just getting like honestly, I wasn't even gonna talk about that. They was giving me a damn headache. Damn it. Nicki stole Kim's whole style, Latoya. Thank you, Latoya. We did a reading on Nicki and Kim, by the way. Nicki is beefing with the woman who she's a decade older than and a half than. Your career is speaks for itself. Why do you need to argue with every rapper who mentions you? Okay, Black Widow. I like your name, Black Widow Road. Okay, period. I think it's because she did the song with Mariah, and Nicki and Mariah don't like each other. Okay, all right. There was beef in the 90s, but it was different. There was a difference. They knew how to call each other and resolve it without us in it. Well, it gives us tea, it gives us something to talk about, it gives us content. I meant to say, do you think the OG female rappers have discussions about absolutely, absolutely, Morgan? Girl, absolutely. We talking about it, they're talking about it too. Like, this is crazy. Latto definitely wasn't sincere. You can tell she was trying to pander to her fans. It was obvious. Okay, beautiful day. Nicki was a Kim fan, right? Period. You could tell. We talked about it in reading. Can you pull some cards to see if the Grammy board will nominate them? Let me say this. They keep it up, nobody gonna be nominated, and they're gonna have somebody else winning the award who don't deserve it. Right? You don't see Beyonce arguing and going back and forth, even with her recent scandals with Renaissance. Period. Let me see what you say. Bring back fun in the female hip hop. Crystal Nicole. Yes. Man, I had to get off the IG last night. Yeah, it was giving me a headache. Even my daughter, who's 14, was talking about it. She was bringing it to me. Lil Kim had a similar style, but Nicki put a girly style on it. Lil Kim was like another one of the guys. Yeah, Lil Kim came out with a little sexiness. Let me see what else y'all say. Nicki has a nasty attitude. T Marquise, you stay on Nick and Neck. You stay on Nick and Neck. Tiffany, you stay on Nick and Neck, girl. Let me see what you wrote. That wasn't social media in the 90s like today. That's why we really never were involved in these female rappers' beef, period. All right. Nicki said these girls are her sons, but the way Nicki is always stoops down to their level to mention them, obviously they're on her level. They are her siblings. Sister. It's son. Period. Shit. Let me see. The way you read these comments. I do that all the time. Even when I used to write people up in the casino industry, I used to be reading just like that. Me and my coworkers would be dying laughing. Why do y'all bring up Beyonce? Beyonce and Nicki are two completely different people. Well, they just want to demonstrate the maturity level of Beyonce. Bring back healthy rap beefs and diffs tracks too. Period. I want to see the camaraderie with women rappers. They don't have to be homegirls at all, but respectful. I agree, Stephanie. I agree. Will Nicki ever address Azalea Banks? She needs to, baby, because let me tell you, Azalea Banks will be getting I would be letting her have it 100%. She's disrespectful. But I think Nicki thinks of Azalea Banks as unstable, kind of like dealing with Kanye a little bit. So I think she kind of feels like there's a waste of her energy. Yeah, the whole situation is annoying. I felt like it's people fighting over the mic. Just let it go and do it peacefully. Period. All right, let me see what you write. They should pay more attention to Beyonce, how Beyonce carries herself. Girl, let me tell you something. Beyonce be all in the tea. She just don't say nothing, child. She probably be on her backup page, be all in it, calling her friends, calling whoever she want. Child, y'all think Beyonce really be at home just talking about kumbaya, my lord? Beyonce probably be all in the tea on the backup page, child. She be in it just like we be in it. Period. That's how she know everything somebody's saying about her. Who says she used a song? Who says she didn't pay for that? Who says she didn't do this? She know everything that's going on. Y'all really believe Beyonce sitting at home don't know shit? Y'all are kidding yourselves. She's sitting right there on her backup page getting all the tea like everybody else. Child. Bye. Nicki needs to focus on her music. Bring back old Nicki. Nicki has to get a mystique like Beyonce and Rihanna have. Move in silence. Mm-hmm. Okay, girl. All right, all right, all right. Shit. Okay. Beyonce definitely be on her backup page. Period. Y'all believe this lady really be sitting there acting like she don't know what's going on? How did she happen? She be in everything. Listen to her music. She know a lot of stuff that's going on. She be saying a lot of stuff on her music. Y'all really think she be sitting here just sitting here on a throne at home? She be right on that Instagram being nosy just like us. Let me see. Well, let's see what she talking about. I don't know what kind of Fitzgerald talking about, but we're going to move to the next comment. Nicki was silent during the hate train era. She's sticking up for herself now. Mm-hmm. Okay, girl. Okay. Period. Period. I like that Beyonce just don't acknowledge it on her main page. I like that. Yes. Right. I always say that. She definitely be on her backup page. Child Beyonce probably know the tea before us. Laugh out loud. Period. I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm telling you, she probably be on that backup page, baby, getting her whole entire life. Yeah, Beyonce handles things better, for sure. Period. Let me see. I don't know who this person is, but we about to. Will you be innocent or guilty? Will you enter heaven or hell? Revelation says all liars will have their part in the lake of fire. The Bible says no thief or hater or selfish person shall enter heaven. Okay, child. Go ahead and preach the word of the Lord, Bishop Johnny. Okay. Let me see. I don't think Nicki will ever move in silence unless she goes on a hiatus. Do you think she will end this Twitter spat? I think she coming like Nicki tired of everybody talking shit. Talking shit. Well, we gonna let that person stay because they write some good stuff on their child. Let me just get my fun with them. If they get too crazy, I'll block them. But yeah. Baby, they want us to have the word of the Lord. Shalalababa. Shalalaba. Shalalaba. Okay? Get out of here, Bishop Johnny. Bishop Johnny, give us a word, please, sir. Give us a word, Bishop Johnny. What do you need to tell us? You over here giving a word, giving us a sermon. It is, Saturday. Give us a word, Bishop Johnny. Give us a word. Bishop Johnny don't know. I've been to put a spell on his ass or her ass. A lot of people be using male names, but they be women. Nicki is the common denominator. She is in the buttermilk and clean with the buttermilk and clean with her. Yep. Somebody else says Nicki has a right to be upset, but her delivery is wrong. I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. We broke God's law, but Jesus paid our fine. All right, you just on 30 different pages, spreading the law, spreading the gospel. You just on 30 different pages on 10 different phones, spreading the word. Carry on. Let's see. Bishop Johnny, you are Nicki. You are Nicki Burner. Everybody, say hello to just Bishop Johnny. Bishop Johnny, say a word, please. Say a word. All right. Bishop Johnny over here. And Bishop Johnny got 50 pages, child, trying to spread the word of the Lord. Okay. What's Nicki's beef with the stallion, though? She most definitely called her Bigfoot in Latto's DM. But again, Meg the Stallion is also, she's got an opportunistic energy. Meg the Stallion will attach herself to people for the benefit of her career. So I can see why she had a problem with her. All right. Who? Wait, that's abusing your power. Y'all crazy. Let me see. Dear Prosperous, period. Let me see. Who y'all? This is sending me laugh out loud. Hey, Bishop. It might be Bishop. What's that bishop name that say he got robbed? It might be that bishop. Bishop Limore. Bishop Limore. He might be in the comment section. The Grammys did her wrong because I feel like Nicki deserved a Grammy a long time ago. She still doesn't have one yet. Mm-hmm. Meg the Stallion used her. That's why she's a social climber. Period. That's why she don't like Meg the Stallion, because Meg the Stallion basically did the same thing. All right, Meg the Stallion used the fuck out of Nicki. Laugh out loud. That's what I'm saying. That's why she don't like her. The ultimate statistics is 10 out of every 10 people will die. You will have an appointment to keep with the death that you cannot cancel. Where will you go after death? Heaven or hell? Innocent or guilty? Bishop Johnny, have a good night. We're gonna take on Bishop Johnny out of here, child. We're gonna let Bishop Johnny have a good night. Lamore Whitehead. If that's you, Lamore Whitehead, I still don't believe that you got robbed at that church, sir. That third man is still on the loose, and that third man is very important to this case. And when that third man get found, I want to see what's going to happen. I still don't believe you. I will not be giving you any apology on the situation. So, Bishop Limore, if that is you or anybody from your congregation, I still believe you set up the situation. It's the bishop. All right, let's see. Latto hasn't responded to Nicki yet. Okay. Nicki is a fire sign. We are very passionate. You can't stop us. All right, all right, all right. All right, what else? Nicki wants new female rappers to pay homage, but she is condescending and calls them names and speaks down on their talent. Empower them, but don't gaslight them. Thank you, Lorhonda Larkins. Good information. Appreciate you. Let me see what you wrote. She believes Meg pretended to like her for the benefits and then turned on her. Period. Did Latto ever want to work with Nicki Minaj on a song? Well, that's what she was writing in the DMs. It was almost like she wanted Nicki's opinion. She was sending Nicki some information in the DMs about a song. So that's what it seemed like she was trying to do. Nobody special is back. Here we go. They ripped out his beard, spat on his face, put crowns of thorns on his head. They eventually crucified him and looked down on them with love and prayed, Father, please forgive them. Luke 23:34. Thank you for that word of advice. But now you're about to be locked again. Have a nice day. I just want to hear Nola read a book. Everybody thought Meg was fake because Meg was all Nicki, and then she turned around and became cool with Cardinal. Nola, Nola, you're killing me. Oh God, Latto definitely wanted that feature, bro. Period. All right, we say Cardi again, child. Let me see. Beautiful Tay. Here we go. Taylor Beeman. Go ahead. I'm not empowering anyone that is trying to use me for my fans. This act. Wait, this act differ after. Okay, girl. Your laughter is contagious. I'm cracking up too. Blah. Period. Let me see if the person's back. Let me see. Ooh, they back there on another page. This is the third page, y'all. Woe unto you, and curse all those who laugh now, for shall mourn and weep water. Jesus Christ, Luke chapter 6. Bishop Limore, have a nice night. Oh my No, that's somebody who is just being strategic. They're literally on 3 and 4 and 5 pages, child. That is hilarious. Oh my God. Lil Kim, Meg, Remy, Cardi, and Latto. Nicki needs to give it a rest. Did she become more emotional after having the baby? Maybe so, child. Maybe so. Okay, okay, period. I love Meg though. Good. Laughing my ass off how you're reading the comments. Okay, all right. That is Christian Barb. Shalalala. Shalalala. All right, let me see what else you got. Yeah, that is hilarious. Let me see. Nikki's fan base is rabid as hell. Yep, she wanted the feature, but Nikki denied. Latto still show love to her. Let me say this. Let me put that comment back up. Sierra. So you think once Nikki denied that feature, that Latto was still really underneath the surface of it, showing love? When somebody asking you to give them a feature which helps their career and put money in their pocket and they deny you, you think that Latto is really showing genuine love, Sierra? Like, I'm just asking. If you ask somebody to do something for you so you can make some money, so you could come up, and they tell you, no, you ain't gonna be sitting there acting like it's love. You're gonna be sitting there like this bitch fake. Right? So let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. When people, I'll give you a perfect example. I had a coworker that used to smell pissy at work, right? And we used to be like, oh my God, this lady is so pissy. So we were trying to decide, like, how are we going to say she's pissy? There's no way to tell a person they're pissy. You can say it with the kindness of your heart. You can say it very low key. You can say it with a prayer. When you go and tell somebody, hey girl, Sierra, um, you smell like piss. That's not a good way to say it. Sierra, you smell pissy. It's not a good way to say it. Sierra, there's a smell. So regardless, when Latto asked her for a feature and Nikki didn't give her that feature, you think she was showing she felt love towards Nikki? No. Come on. And that's just the reality of the situation. Period. Okay, I'm just talking crazy. All right. All right. I'm just talking crazy. All right. So how can we request a celebrity reading? You just put it in the chat and then I'll look at it. I'll look at it. But the point is, there's no way in the world that I'm going to be having love for a person that turned me down. I mean, you're going to feel a certain way because that feature could be the difference between you launching your career much faster, putting money in your pocket. Come on. Hey, girl, you smell like cardinal trash. I guess they back, child. Girl, they are back. All right. So let's see. Let's read this comment here. They are back with their drama. That person must literally have like 50 channels. They literally have 50 channels where they just get on here and they just go crazy. They just have 50 channels. All right. Somebody said when Nicki was beefing with City Girls, JT was the only one responding for the most part. Young Miami just ignored her. A lot of times, you know what? I noticed that Young Miami doesn't get involved. That's just like when JT was getting into it with Cardi. Young Miami just kind of stayed out of it, right? I don't feel like everybody should always be I don't feel like everybody should be having to fight your battles. You're a grown woman. Just like Reginae Carter. When Reginae Carter had that issue with DJ Academics, she's old enough to manage herself. She's old enough to manage herself, right? So there's no reason that T.I. had to stand up and defend Reginae Carter. If you're going to be in this business, you're going to be a celebrity, you're going to be in this game, people don't have to stand up like you're a baby and defend you, right? You got to stand up for yourself. So I don't feel like Young Miami needs to jump in every time that JT has a problem or vice versa, you know? Like, stand up for yourself. This is you in the business. You gotta be, and JT is perfectly capable of handling herself. But that's a good example of how these people started, like, T.I. and all these people started getting upset about Regina Carter. She's grown, right? And to be true, be told, the man do act feminine. He do act feminine, period. And that's the bottom line. Anybody can see that, but that's okay. That's okay. I mean, Nicki, let me see what you wrote. I mean, Nicki's not going to do a feature if she's not feeling the song. I know, because they were saying something about Nicki was saying she didn't want a song with a bunch of, like, I guess Latto always talking about her PUSSY. But a lot of them like that. I mean, I ain't never heard so many women, talk about the private so much, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, I don't think, let me see. I don't think was Wayne. Let me see what you're talking about. Something about Wayne. I don't think it was on the phone with Wayne. Lil Wayne didn't say shit. Because Lil Wayne, if I listen to all Lil Wayne music, all he do is call women bitches all day. So he damn sure ain't got nothing to say. Regina dating some dude that gives me, yeah. Well, again, he does have feminine energy. DJ Academics wasn't wrong about that. Like, it is what it is. Let me see. Young Miami and Meg knows that Nicki is beefing for more headlines and publicity. They're not going to get sucked into that. Okay, girl. Period. They all doing it. Because even like when I noticed when Nicki was beefing with, I can't remember the last beef she had. She was tagging Super Freaky Girl. She was hashtagging Super Freaky Girl. So they all do it. Let me see. I did not see the disrespect. I thought she handled it well. When she saw it going left, she ended the call. Okay. I didn't even listen to the call. I didn't even listen to the call, so I'm going to listen to the call. All right. Well, that is the end of the road for me. We've been on here for a long time. I don't even know how long, child, but we had a good night. I done had some good laughs. And thank you so much for making me laugh. It's been amazing. Sweetie gives me escort vibes. Whoa. You on to something. You on to something. Sweetie be acting like she a rapper slash, she be acting. There's something with Sweetie. Nola, let me see. Do another live. You got this. Okay. Let me see what you said. Love the Friday live streams. Thanks again. You're welcome. Nola, you got not reading on them? No, I'm not. We're just talking about it. I'm not reading on them. We're having an extensive conversation about it. Yep. Sweetie does have that energy, huh? Like she could be like somebody that's looking for somebody to take care of her. Maybe that's what it is. Sweetie does not give escort vibes to me at all. She gives Instagram model who can't rap. Okay. We love you, Blue. Thanks for the live. You're welcome. Lil Baby definitely did Sweetie in that song. Yep. If you listen to my live stream that I had done, I think I took it down though. I said that he was talking. I said that I think I was saying that Offset and Sweetie never had anything. I think that's what I said. Yes, I said I don't believe that Offset and Sweetie ever had anything going on. Yep. What you think about an updated Justin Bieber reading? Is he okay? I don't even have one Justin Bieber reading on the channel, child. With Justin Bieber, you know what I do? I have one with Justin Bieber, Selena, and The Weeknd from 3 years ago. I do not read on Justin Bieber like that. I do not read on Justin Bieber like that. Yeah. I don't read on Justin Bieber. Bye, Bishop. Yeah, let me see. Let's see. Nicki, okay, what y'all saying? Nicki just needs to let the female rap alone and go back to collaborating with Mel. Mel's they unproblematic. Wow. She should be able to collaborate with whoever she wants to, but it has become very, very petty and catty on all sides. We're not going to just defend Nicki. We're not going to just defend them. We're going to be fair and say they all need to do better. They all need to do better. Like, honestly, I don't care the age. Everybody needs to do better, period. Like, period. You know, just imagine somebody calling you old at 39. Child, that's a lot. Just imagine somebody not acknowledging your blackness. That's a lot. I think they're all wrong on all sides, period. Right? Period. All right, I'm out of here. I had a good laugh tonight. That Bishop was taking me out. Um, and I appreciate y'all. Everything today is for just entertainment purposes only. I'm out of here, y'all. Don't forget tomorrow. Let me see. It's gonna be at 10 a.m. So I'm gonna put $35 sale, and I only have 40 spots. And it starts at 10 a.m. Okay, Brooklyn Bishop. And it's at www.bluenolatarot.com. And if you're on this live stream, you're more than happy to participate. I'm gonna the actual clients are already set to receive the flyer at 10 a.m. But you can also participate if you happen to be on this live and all that good. Sha-la-la-la-ba. That's too funny. Let me see. Oh, wait. Good vibes, blah, blah. What you talking about? You good vibes, elbows, bump, elbows, cough. Okay. All right. Good night, good night, good night, y'all. Let me see. Blue, you shut the F up tonight. Cut the F up tonight. Okay, thank you. Like the video, y'all. Yeah, like the video. Please like the video. Please like the video. If you're new and you enjoy the content, please make sure you subscribe. I don't even know how many subscribers. How many people are new here? Can you put a 1 in the chat if you're new to the chat? I see a lot of my regulars here. If you're new to the chat, put a 1 in the chat so we can acknowledge you. Make sure you put a 1 in the chat if you're new. If you're not new, you know, it's all love over here. Let me see. Do they have any new people in the chat? I see a lot of regulars. Okay, I did see, like, we got about what? We got about 6 new subscribers. So we need a few more people. I watched your live. I watch all your videos, but for the most part, let me see what you write. Catching alive. Oh, thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate you. This is called a podcast situation. It's built into the channel. So what's the $35 sale? So it's an actual sale that we're giving back to. It's a customer appreciation sale because the prices are going up come November. So you get 2 questions for $35 and you get 20 minutes, and you can do it by phone where I call you, or you can get a video upload where I send you a video by email. And so, yeah, it's going to be that type of situation, and it's going to open at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. If anybody's watching this video, you're happy to participate in it. Welcome to participate. I was hoping you read my comments out loud. Which one you got, Lee? Let's see. Let me see. Yeah, I love reading comments. Let me see what Let's See got. Let me see what Let's See got. So you wrote the one, let me see. Let me see if you wrote anything else. Let's see. All right, we're going to read this one. Latto said Nicki wasn't the only one she sent the feature request to. Okay, period. All right, let me see. Let me see what Let's See wrote. T.I. felt that he was protecting rap royalty, Reginae. Rap royalty? She ain't did shit. she on Instagram making skits up all day. TikToks. Her daddy is rap royalty. Child. What you talking about? Do you think Nicki is a narcissist person? She has some tendencies. What does $35 give you? So you get 2 questions, and you get to ask questions regarding your love life, your career, so career path, life path, love path. You can ask questions related to your health or the health of anyone you know. You can ask questions related to legal situations, right? So you get 2 questions, all right? You can get it by phone. I will call you if you decide to do a phone appointment. And if you decide to do a video upload, I will record it and you'll get your own personal video where you get to see the reading, just like having your own personal YouTube video, but it's private, okay? All right, because she's Wayne's daughter. Okay, what did she do, child? I mean, baby, okay. What did she do? I mean, she's Wayne's daughter. She, but she just be doing TikToks and stuff. Child, she ain't, baby, she ain't Lil Wayne. I'm a big Lil Wayne fan. All right, I've been working out. You've been working for a reading. Okay, cool. I met Nicki in person. She was so extra, laugh out loud. Okay, all of us have those traits. We all have them at one point or another. Period. I agree, 100%. We all have those traits. None of us are perfect. We all have our tendencies, to have narcissistic energy and want to be first and be, important and all that good stuff. And she's earned her way and her right, but we all have to have balance, right? Balance is important. So, all right, so I'm out of here, y'all. This has been super, super fun. We may come back tomorrow with an actual reading, but it won't be on these people. None of these people. We are on and talked about them enough. Done and done. But that was just my take on a situation. Sometimes I just have to talk through it. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. I see one more person just picked up a subscription. I mean, not subscription, but one more person subscribed. So thank you so much. Let me see what Haley Marie Grande be saying, because she always got some good information. Laugh out loud. Reginae really does think she's royalty because she's Wayne's daughter, though. She always says it, like her being his daughter makes her better than anyone else. Girl, when you can get into some raps and do what Wayne been doing his whole life, then you could be royalty. Other than that, child, you are Lil Wayne's daughter. She's cute as a button. She's sweet. She has good energy. I love her mom's accent too. And I have nothing bad to say about them, but yeah. Okay, you're Lil Wayne's daughter. I'm from New Orleans, and our women are naturally controlling as fuck. Period. Where are you from in New Orleans, Chris? Thank you. Because of her daddy. Stunting like my daddy. Stunting like my daddy. Yeah. I be stunting like my daddy. Yeah. All right. Where you from? I am from, I grew up in the 17th Ward, and then we moved to New Orleans East. And now I am actually in Gentilly, not too far from the lakefront. Let me see. All right, well, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good night. Y'all take care, stay blessed, stay encouraged and empowered. I'm out of here. I'm tired. I'm about to drink my Arnold Palmer, my sweet tea lemonade. And this will stay up for anybody who wants to see it. Thank you, Jessica, for coming through. Thank you, Let's See, because of her daddy. Thank you to everyone that came through. And I'm going to put the website up one more time just so y'all can check it out. Let me see. Okay. This was super fun. That's why I like doing that's why I created the podcast, so you could just talk freely. Let me see. And that is the website. All right. Y'all have a good night. Take care. Stay blessed. And I'm out of here. And I have clients tomorrow. What time is my first person start? I believe my first person is starting. Good night. I believe my first person is starting at I think the first person may be starting at 11. Let me see. Good night. Y'all have a good night. Let me see what time my first person starting. I know I wrote it down. Okay, my first person starts at 11. Yes. Okay. So that means I get to sleep a little later. Shit. Y'all have a good night. Take care.